welcome to the T as in Teach. My name is T'erra Estes, and it's a pleasure being here with you today to share some of the things that I've learned over the years as a teacher and a parent. I really appreciate the feedback that you all gave me on the quote that I posted maybe 2 months ago. I ran into some technical difficulties and I've been extremely busy, which isn't a bad thing. But finally, I'm ready to give you all some feedback on the comments that you left. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. First, I want to say that there is no one on this earth that knows everything. Sure, we have professions that people are very knowledgeable about what they are talking about. But someone had to teach them the things that they know. And someone had to give the person that taught them the new information to be able to teach the information that they know. And so on. So I guess the biggest thing is that you learn something new every day. And we should try to grow from what we learn. So I must say that over the years, I've learned some behavior that was not useful. And I had to unlearn the behavior. But that's okay, because I live to see another day, right? Over the summer, I accepted a position as a behavior interventionist, and I began to prepare for the position. Now, I could give you guys a whole backstory to how I became interested in teaching social skills, but we'd be here all day. So the training that I attended was called School-Wide Positive Interventions and Support, or PBIS project. While I sat in the training, we came across a quote that talked about teaching for different skills, and the last sentence talked about teaching or punishing for behavior. I automatically finished the sentence with punish at first. And then I felt so bad because the presenter went on to say, you have to teach behavior and it's a process to learning appropriate behavior. So after that, I went home and I started to reevaluate the way I was teaching my own children and my students. I felt so bad that I talked to everybody about it. And I came to the realization that we're not all perfect and you have to move on. You learn something new every day. And the good thing about it is I live to see another day. I reached out to you to get your thoughts on the quote as well. And I want to share with you what some of the people that provided feedback said. Stephanie from Oklahoma City commented, "I thought the quote was very educational. I never thought of it like that, and it made me think. I do punish my kids, but I think that punishing can be a form of teaching after you have exhausted all efforts in teaching them the proper way to behave. Then, if they choose not to get it, you can use punishment as a form of teaching them. Like, if you don't do this, then this is what is going to happen. I feel like punishment is something they will see throughout their life. If you drive too fast, you may get a warning, which is teaching you that something is going to happen. If you do it more than once, then you are probably going to get a ticket. If you break the law, they may give you probation and you may get a slap on the wrist, or you can go to prison. There are consequences to every action, and I just feel as parents, it's our job to prepare our kids for that. So I can tell you until I'm blue in the face, but if you just don't get it, then I will punish you by other means." Thank you for sharing with us, Stephanie. To be very honest, it takes parents like you that have a working system and you're open to new information. I commend you for teaching your children that there are consequences to inappropriate behavior. And I really appreciate the examples that you provided. Speaking of punishment, at the PBIS training, I learned that a punishment is a consequence following a behavior that decreases the likelihood the behavior will be repeated. The presenter was Melissa Richardson, and according to Melissa Richardson, there are different forms of consequences. Let's review them. Time out. When a child is not allowed a previously earned reinforcer for a specific period of time. For example, if your child is continuously talking, after you voiced your thoughts on ending the conversation, then you take their phone. After, explain to them that you are willing to listen to them, but not right now, maybe later. Further, explain the reason you took their phone and how it's disrespectful to continue a conversation after you've explained that you'll talk to them at a later time. Explain that they may earn the phone back by showing you that they can accept no by not talking back. Once you notice the child accepting no by not talking back, reward them by giving them their phone back. Reprimand. A severe reproof or rebuke from a person of authority. Okay, so here's an example of a reprimand. You have taught your child the importance of being honest, but your child steals something from someone. You review and explain to your child that stealing is not appropriate and why. You then choose their consequence. After, when you see your child practicing good citizenship, you reward them with a reinforcer. Response cost. Removing the previously earned reinforcer when showing inappropriate behavior. And last but not least, example of response cost. Having juice for dinner can be a reinforcer. We all know water is the best beverage for a person, but we love juice. So you can point out an appropriate behavior you notice your child has shown and reward them with juice for dinner instead of water. Since you have taught your child how to sit at a table and eat their meal, if they choose not to sit there appropriately, like you've taught, then you take their juice. Explain why and how they can earn their juice back. Once your child has shown you that they are sitting appropriately, you give them their drink back and thank them for sitting appropriately. I think that as parents, our biggest obstacle is consistency. Yes, the information is useful and informative even, but ain't nobody got time for that. It's a lot of work. I get it. Every day, I tell my kids to do things over and over again. But try some of these strategies and see how it works. It doesn't hurt to try new things if it's been proven to work. So, until next time, you better teach. And thank you for tuning in to the T as in Teach with me, T'erra Estes. See y'all next time. Teach Not to Punish was created to provide strategies for behavior intervention. Every child is different, and the adults that are most familiar with the child should share all questions and comments with a professional near you to fully support the child's needs. Teach Not to Punish is merely a starting point for behavior intervention with children, and the strategies provided may not work for all children.